Phoenix House, Mr. Newman speaking. Hey, Chris, how's it going?
It's good hearing your voice too, Mr. Newman.
Wow, can't believe it's been a month since you graduated and got your son back. How's everything going?
Well, actually, that's kind of what I was hoping to talk with you about. Do you have a minute?
Yeah, you sound worried. What's going on?
It's my son. I mean, he just won't mind me. And he's so angry and disrespectful so much of the time that I don't know what to do with him. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I put my all into treatment to try and be a better father to him and show him the right way to live, but all I keep getting from him is this sass and disrespect. I mean, what, would he rather have me using and getting like before?
It's really tough, Chris. I mean, you worked really hard in this program, and now it sounds like things aren't going exactly as you imagined it would.
I mean, it's hard, man. I mean, I'm working so many hours now to make a clean living, and it's just so much I need to do all of the time that to have my son dissing me all the time is hard, man. See, now you know I'm trying to be a different kind of father, a different kind of man. Show him that things don't have to be like it was with us before. Yeah, because I know where that'll lead him. Man, his grandma sees him disrespect me, and she'd be like, well, why are you letting him get away with that? But I don't know what to say or do.
It's really tough. I mean, you work so hard, and now you're sort of questioning yourself, saying, what did I do it all for?
Yeah, man. It's bringing me down. And I remember going to a seminar where they were talking about how things with your family ain't gonna go the way you think they will, but this is harsh.
Well, what have they been saying in your outpatient and 12-step meetings that you've been going to?
Nah, man. I mean, with my work schedule, I don't have time to get to meetings.
Well, I think this is something very important that we need to discuss, Chris. But let me go speak to my EC first and see what she has to say, and then we can take it from there, and I'll call you back, okay?
Right.
You hang in there, Chris, okay?
Goodbye.
All right, bye. Hey, Angela, I'm happy you're here. Look, I wanted to talk to you about that seminar you gave a while back that was all about what parenting's like after treatment.
Oh yeah, we had some really good energy on that one. Come on in, have a seat. Okay. Let's talk.
Cool. So you remember my client, Chris Blanton, right? He called me today, and he was stressing out because his son's been dissing him and acting angry towards him. Now, he obviously wants to do the right thing, but his family's giving him a lot of problems because of the way he's dealing with his son. Now, naturally, I want to help him, but I didn't know exactly what to tell him or who to send him to. And, you know, he's really in a pressure-ridden situation because he's not attending outpatient. He's not attending meetings, and I'm just really worried he's setting himself up for a relapse.
Yeah. You know, it can be really hard when you hear about the tough times that people are having after treatment. But I want to tell you something, it's totally normal. And I want you to tell that to Chris too, that what he's feeling is completely normal. Because a lot of times, you know, parents have all these fantasies about all the great times that they're going to have after treatment and how fabulous it's going to be. And it will be, honestly, in time, eventually. But sometimes there's a rough road to get there, you know?
Right. I mean, I feel like that's what helped get him through the process was that fantasy. But now that he's in reality, it's not going exactly as he imagined, and he's having a really rough time with it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's going to fail his son, even though that's probably what he fears right now. Mm-hmm. You know, again, this is all a normal process, and he just needs to know that his job is to just do the work that it's going to take to get him to a better place. And that, frankly, comes in stages.
So the first stage is obviously the honeymoon stage where everyone's on their best behavior and everyone's happy to be together.
And when parents want to resume authority and discipline, or if they hadn't done it in the first place, now they want to try it for the first time, that's when everybody starts to see, things are a little bit different here. Right. You know, children, for example, they may not want to give up the power or the role that they developed when they were, you know, with a parent who was using or in treatment. And even though those roles might have been completely unhealthy, those roles are the ones that actually made them feel secure and actually made them feel like, this is my place in the family.
It's something that they grew accustomed to, and now it's a totally 180 shift that Chris is trying to achieve with his family and his son.
That's the stage, the storm stage. where it sounds like Chris is right now is parents at this point feel a couple of things. They can feel hurt because their kids and other family members really don't seem to be very grateful at all of the hard work that they've put into getting to this point, and they can also feel resentful that nobody in their eyes seems to realize how much work and how much support it takes for them to maintain, their recovery after treatment. Sound like Chris at all?
Yeah, I mean, they're not acknowledging all the hard work he's doing, and resentment can be a very toxic thing in the recovery process.
The next time you talk to Chris, I want you to make sure that you tell him how glad that you are that he reached back to the program looking for support. Because what we need to do now is just to make sure that we get him the family support structures that he needs at this stage of his recovery, okay?
I think Chris is, having a really hard time focusing on everything he needs to focus on to run a sober house and have things sort of go back to some type of normalcy, because I think they're just been addicted to the craziness for so many years.
But it is so, so necessary, especially to get over this hump so that he can get on to the next phase, which, as you know, it's all about New Balance. The third phase, New Balance, that's when all of the family members start to readjust their roles. That's when everybody learns about new communication skills. They learn how to channel their energy in a more clear way. That's when they're learning how to work together and actually be together differently. They learn how to solve problems. They learn how to have fun differently without substances being in the way. And Chris really needs to know that this stage, the New Balance stage, is really possible for him.
I think you're right. I mean, recovery is a process, and he's going through stages, and that what he's feeling is totally normal. It's stuff that many people in recovery feel, and that I think knowing that will help give him confidence in what he's going through right now. So I think I'm going to recommend to him family counseling, obviously, and then he also get in touch with his sober support networks and everything. But what can I tell him in the meantime to handle his anxieties right now? Because like I said, he's not attending meetings, and I'm really worried that he's setting himself up for a relapse.
Well, you know what I would do? Start out with this. Start asking him how he's been a different father now than he was before treatment. What is he doing differently? Are for example, family rules that have changed? Has he given more expectations or even different expectations to his son? Is he spending more or less time with his son? How is he acting with his son? These changes, I want you to help him see them through his son's point of view. And ask him, how is he reacting to his son's behavior? Has he even thought about how his son might feel, when he was using, when he was in treatment, for example? You see what I'm saying?
Right. No, I totally agree with you, because one thing I've noticed is that a lot of clients that were hustling before they started treatment, they would buy their kids expensive gifts and things like that, and for some reason they think that that's what being a good parent is all about, but obviously we know that's not the case.
Right, and with less income, they can't do that anymore. And what they don't realize a lot of the time is that what their kids need and what they actually hunger for is actually, an emotional connection with them as a parent. So when you talk to Chris, tell him, look, it's going to be important for you to spend time with your son and have a lot of fun doing the things that he likes to do, because that's what's going to build traction for Chris so that he can enforce the new rules and expectations that he has. And as a matter of fact, you're going to be able to help him, because obviously you can see how all this ties into him really keeping up strong supports. Really, really important. In fact, I'll tell you what, you can probably also help identify some more supports that he has within his family and also his friends network, or even peers, people that have graduated that might be able to help him with, I don't know, babysitting or transportation so that he can get to meetings. And that way, when you ask him questions about his network, you can see if you can help him expand them.
This makes really perfect sense, and
Okay.
I'm really happy that you took the time to explain this to me and everything. I really appreciate it, and I think I'm gonna give Chris a call, and hopefully we're able to get him through this rough patch in his recovery. So thanks a lot, Angela. I'll let you know how everything shakes out.
Okay, sure thing, of course. And listen, wait, before you leave, let me just say this. I want to applaud you, because it can really be a little bit scary to go there with our clients, and that's exactly what you're doing. And I just want to say good for you, because when you know where to start, the door's wide open.
All right, thanks, Angela.
You got it.
Hello?
Hey, Chris, it's Mr. Newman from Phoenix House. Listen, I'm really happy that you called before. I have some questions I need to ask you about your current situation. I also have some information that I really want to share with you, okay?
I'm really glad to hear you say that because I wasn't sure about calling you. I mean, I want this thing to work, but I just don't know what to do now.
You know, everything you're going through is quite normal. It's just part of the process.